I often see young leaders being attacked without even realizing they are in a fight. Let me explain how you can spot this. My name is John, and you're listening to the Tech Leader Pro podcast. It is week 33 of 2025. You're very welcome. Office politics is a very messy business. At best, it's a bunch of diverse people roughly pushing in the same direction. At worst, they are actively working against each other. Many folks are two-faced and will be friendly to your face while being nasty behind your back. This is the classic passive-aggressive behavior, which is defined as the following, quote, when describing behavior characterized by indirect resistance to the demands of others and avoidance of direct confrontation, end quote. And that's from the Oxford Dictionary. Essentially, you are dealing with somebody who does not like you and is actively working against you behind your back, but they lack the courage to confront you directly. This personality type exists in large numbers in every organization, sadly. As a young professional, you may not be used to spotting such people, however. You may even be fooled into believing that they are your friends, but they are not. And the first step in winning a fight is to firstly know that you are in a fight. So let's look at some of the telltale signs of passive-aggressive behavior. Number 1, the disconnect between words and actions. A core element of passive aggression is when somebody says they will do something, but their behavior indicates the opposite. For example, saying yes, but acting no. They might agree to a request enthusiastically, only to later forget, procrastinate, or do the task poorly to show their resistance. For example, a teammate who agrees to do a task, but deliberately leaves it half done. There is also the "I'm fine" syndrome, when you can clearly see that somebody is upset, e.g. they are sullen, sighing, or giving you the silent treatment, but they insist that nothing is wrong or "I'm fine." This forces you to guess at the problem. Number 2, covert hostility and indirect insults. Instead of direct confrontation, a passive-aggressive person utilizes subtle, underhand ways to express their disapproval. This includes backhanded compliments, a seemingly positive statement with a hidden insult. For example, "Your hair looks so much better now," which implies that their previous hairstyle was bad. Or we have sarcasm and joking, in quotes. They may make critical or hurtful comments and then brush them off as "I was only joking," to avoid being held accountable. And then we have patronizing language, using phrases that undermine someone's intelligence or competence, like "per my last email" or "do you understand what I'm saying?" Number 3, we have resistance and avoidance. This behavior often stems from an aversion to direct conflict. It can include the following examples: procrastination, which is deliberately delaying or failing to complete tasks as a way to express anger or resistance to demands; chronic lateless, consistently arriving late to meetings, dates, or events to show a lack of respect or resentment without saying it; the silent treatment, withdrawing from communication entirely to punish someone or to avoid a difficult conversation. This leaves the other person feeling confused and powerless. And finally, we have feigned forgetfulness or ignorance, claiming to have, quote, forgotten an important deadline or a conversation to avoid responsibility. Number 4, we have blaming and victimhood. A passive-aggressive individual may find it difficult to take responsibility for their own feelings or actions. This can include the following: blame shifting. They may make excuses and blame others for their failures. For example, "I would have done it, but nobody reminded me." This is a very common behavior in my experience of dealing with such individuals. All too common, in fact. Also known as the blame game. Then we have complaining and martyrdom. They might frequently complain about feeling underappreciated, overworked, or misunderstood, subtly positioning themselves as the victim to gain sympathy. The above list isn't even exhaustive, but hopefully gives you some clues to what to look out for. And you may have just realized that you are already encountering passive-aggressive individuals daily. With the exception of soldiers and martial artists, few people are comfortable with open conflict. The vast majority of people are passive-aggressive rather than outright aggressive. Passive-aggressive behavior is often a coping mechanism for people who feel uncomfortable or even afraid of direct confrontation. But as a leader, it should make no difference to you. They are in conflict with you, therefore you need to confront them head on and drag them into open conflict where they are most uncomfortable. And you need to get comfortable with direct conflict yourself. Studying martial arts helps. Smash them, and smash them hard. They are toxic in your team. Take care, guys. Talk to you next time.